Did you guys really think you'd get away without hearing about the wonky, weird little part-time astronauts, full-time immortals? Yes, tardigrades. These weird little critters are actually more closely related to things like snails than they are us. However, they have their own phylum. They are a completely unique genetic lineage. They have their own little nervous system, little eyes, little legs. In fact, the name tardigrade actually means slow walker. They were discovered in 1773 and have since been found on every continent on Earth. These little guys can completely desiccate and then live indefinitely in a state of torpor, which basically means that they are not alive, but also not dead. In order to test their resilience, scientists decided to send them into space for some reason. They put them in a little capsule and sent them around the Earth. They figured that surely they would be destroyed by solar radiation and their DNA would be completely disintegrated, but no, 12 days later, when they opened up the capsule, they found that not only were the tardigrades fine, but in an act of rebellion they laid eggs and those little tardigrades grew to adulthood in orbit around the Earth. Turns out they have a really weird mechanism of DNA protection. This keeps their DNA from being chopped up, which I suppose is helpful in the case of radiation or perhaps in long stages of torpor. Yeah, we really don't know. We found them in Antarctica. Some scientists decided to drill a few hundred feet below an Antarctic lake, and they found tardigrades there. Granted, they found one that was not alive. It came from somewhere, and there's probably more alive tardigrades living there. Some scientists have also pulled these guys out of a freezer that they had kept for 30 years, and when they thawed it, the tardigrades were just fine. That is actually algae that was still in this guy's little gut. Not only that, but they also immediately got to reproducing once they came back to life. Another fun fact about these little weirdos is that they have these little mouth parts, and they use those mouth parts to pierce the cells of plants or algae or even other tardigrades and suck the actual liquid out of it. Their diet is mostly liquid, as they are mostly liquid. So if anyone is to inherit the Earth, it'll probably be the tardigrades, but I hope they'll work with our crow overlords and maybe keep us as pets.